Hello. Hello and welcome to Samadhi, Sea of Wisdom Meditation School here in Yuma, Arizona. And today is Monday, May 27, 2019, Memorial Day. And we are here at a different time for many reasons, but we didn't want this day to go by without giving honor where honor is due and speaking a little bit on that subject. But we just didn't want to do it very early because we figured a lot of people probably had different barbecues or did things over the weekend, and it's a Monday, you're off. Who wants to get up early, right? So we thought let's just go ahead and do it later in the afternoon or in the evening. So here we are. My name is Alice, and this is Michael, my husband, for those that are watching for the first time. We love to do our videos to share our story, to share what we believe and helps us to live a more authentic life. So it's nothing formal, just two people who love to share what they do and in hopes that it helps somebody else. How about that? So I'm going to have Michael do what we call our regular intro here at Samadhi because it is very unique, very different. I know you won't find another one like it, so go ahead, Michael. Michael, do.
Vibrational greetings and divine, loving, harmonious blessings of gratitude and appreciation, especially this day, to each and every single person watching this video, and to all the military, the soldiers, and the people, because it's been a conglomeration of people that have paved the way for this day to be today. For where we are at today. Every single human has contributed.
So welcome to Samadhi.
But welcome, you already said that.
Yeah, but you do the words.
So welcome to Samadhi, where it's not about positivity, it's not about negativity. It's about authenticity, it's about genuineness, it's about realness, it's about rawness. And it's about you. And the freedom to be you. The blessing to be you. The God, Spirit, Creator, given right to be you. Because you are special. You are unique. And here at Samadhi, we want to inspire that. We want to remind you so you can awaken within yourself and live the version, the greatest version that you were designed to live. And especially we're broadcasting today for Memorial Day, this Monday, like Ali has already said, May 27th. And we are honoring the fallen heroes for all their sacrifice, for all their dedication. And yes, thank you. Thank you to all the military all around the world, because it is a day that is honored for the military. And we want to say, you know, oh no, it's just this, it's just that. This is why we are where we are. And here at Samadhi, we're controversial corner. And here at Samadhi, we want to honor everyone who's contributed to the reason why we are where we are. And we want to honor those spiritual masters and teachers and those students, those adepts, those initiates, those people that taken the journey of the greatest, what used to be called the greatest war, the greatest battle, which is the mental battle. And yes, we've gotten to this point because, you know, everything happened the way it needed to happen. But now we're discovering a different type of freedom. We're discovering a greater freedom, which, if you guys do your research, our forefathers came to this country for. So that is what the military foundation was purposely designed to fight for, our freedom. Because our mental freedom was taken away. Our sovereignty was taken away. For us to be who we are was taken away. And now we're discovering that there is another step to step into, which is our psychological freedom, our emotional freedom, our financial freedom, our health, our spiritual freedom. Like we are in a country where we are able to read, write, and talk about, you know, this that we're speaking of today. Spiritual awareness, meditation, whatever you guys want to call that, God, Creator, Spirit, Universe. We live in a country where we have the freedom to talk about what we want to talk about. Now, we can go into other levels of freedom, but we're not going to go there. We're talking about just the fact that we could talk about it. Just the fact that we can gather in a group and have difference of opinions and have different of beliefs. We still have a long ways to go because, you know, here at Samadhi, we're gonna be real with you guys. There is still a lot of immaturity in the development of the soul where we can't talk about religion in certain areas. We can't talk about politics in certain areas. We can't talk about certain things in certain areas because of the mentality of the people. It's no longer about the country. It's the mentality of the people. See, the country has created a space for us to truly live and be who we are. Now, we can get into, you know, all these different other programs, but we're not going to go there. We're talking about the gratefulness that we can have to be who we are today. And it's in gratitude to those soldiers who they signed up to protect their families, their communities, and their country's freedom. Now, did they know everything that was going on? Did they know all the behind the scenes and in the chaotic intentions and egoic conflicts of my way is right, your way is wrong, power, all these different facets of the ego? No, they didn't know those things. There was really intentions of, I want to serve my country, I want to help my country, I love my country. And that is a step in the right direction, but now we realize we've gotten to where we got, now what are we going to do where we're at? Because if we still continue to think, it's my country, it's my city, it's my street, it's mine, instead of it's we, it's ours, it's connectivity, community, communication, compassion, love, wisdom, peace. When we start stepping into this, and this is what a lot of people don't believe, but it's going to happen, where soldiers are really going to drop their weapons and they're going to be like, you know what, we're fighting over illusory reasons, we're fighting over egoic, you know, thinking that this country is against me. And all this propaganda that has been sold on us is a reason why we continue to do what we don't want, but then we complain by not taking the steps that we can take. For example, and now we're going to do a breath right now. But I just want to talk about the simple steps, because if you just get on this and get on real quick, I just want you to take this into consideration. We don't vote by just going to the polls. We vote by the corporations and institutions that we back up with our money. So, are you eating fast food? Are you buying from big corporations? Huh? No, because we need to talk about this. This is a controversial corner. So, you vote with your money. We've just started a cleanse because we've really started waking up that it's time to put our money into fruits and vegetables. Because it's like, it's time, because this is life, this is living. The more we can give attention to what's giving back to the earth, imagine, you get rid of your fruits and vegetables, that's not causing pollution on the planet. But you get rid of your plastics, you get rid of your all these different synthetic stuff, we're causing damage to the planet. And then we're going to sit here and regret it 10 years from now. Why not take action now? So we have steps that we can step into our freedom now. So, without further ado, let's go in and let's give ourselves the gift to be free now. Because we are free now. Let's not wait for freedom. Let's not wait for somebody to tell us we're free. Because as you're going to find out, Allie found her freedom in one of the places that you never thought she could. I found my freedom where most people think that you can't find your freedom. So we are living proof, we are living testimonies of where you can find your freedom. So let's breathe our freedom now.
Thank you, thank you.
So let's just take a deep, conscious breath of awareness. And let's just let go of everything that is distracting us, confusing, entertaining us, away to believe that we are free right now. Let's live in that truth. Let's be in that truth. Let's step into that truth to be in that truth. That we are free now. And let's just feel that freedom that no one can take away. No one can take away this freedom. No one has taken away this freedom. We've just forgotten. So allow yourself to remember, to realize and awaken to who you truly are. Because it is your gift that was always given to you. The question is, are you opening your gift right now? Are you opening your gift every day? Breathe that gift in. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. And all is one, ready to receive.
And before you start, you might want to look at Instagram.
Yeah.
Instagram.
Okay, I was going to read the words here.
What
Diane
channel do you
E.
want to?
Dixon.
I just read.
Diane E. Dixon, Antonio Espinosa, Richie Martin, Patty Mayes, Leticia Covarrubias, Rosie Valenzuela, Carla Michelle Holmes, Adrian Valverde Ortega, Jerry Truer, Walter Scott Kiesling, and on Instagram we have Adrian. He says, "Hi Mom, today's the day." Wait, what? Today is the day of mothers that I connected. Yay! Oh, that very few times I get good signal to a video call or videos on live. But today I receive it. Yay! Bendiciones, Adrián, te queremos mucho.
Look at Jenny.
Oh. Okay. So, today, on this Memorial Day weekend, a lot of people celebrated Memorial Day. And that's awesome if you guys celebrated Memorial Day. But my question to you, are you living, honoring the fallen heroes? Honoring those people that sacrificed for us to experience the more freedom, the more peace, that we don't have to watch our backs. We don't have to be concerned about somebody breaking down our door. We don't have to be concerned about another tribe, another faction, another militia coming in and breaking our door like other countries. So we are grateful for the freedom that we have. And so for the month of May, it's mayi. And I just want to remind you guys, may I be grateful and honor my freedom by living my freedom now. In honor and much appreciation to all military and all peoples for their sacrifice today, we have moved into another step to no longer fight for our freedom that has been paid for us by all great humanitarians that are also our fallen heroes. You're experiencing this current reality from the belief that you must fight for your rights, which causes more stimulation to the lower ego. Now is the time to live free. Now is the time to live free no matter wherever you are at. I found my freedom in a 6x9 cell when I had almost all my rights taken away. In a prison cell. My wife Alice found her freedom in her own mental prison, which she had created, here's a very important key, which she had created, which manifested later as she was diagnosed with...
You won't say the word. Cancer.
Are you taking the small yet profound steps to live truly free now? And we are still taking those steps. It is a never-ending process. But if you don't take the steps today, when are you going to take those steps? Are you going to wait till your life is falling apart? Are you going to wait till things feel like they're so overwhelming? Or do you want to take the steps today where it's going to be much more flow and much more ease, because you're not going to have to go through all that to get to where you already are? So, are you taking the small yet profound steps to live truly free now? Psychological, emotional freedom? Physical health, financial freedom? Spiritual, wholeness, inner peace, wisdom, joy, etc. If not, what thought is causing you to think you are not? If not, what thought right now is causing you to think that you aren't free? To think that someone took your freedom away? To make you think, or to have you think that someone is more powerful than you? to have you think that someone or something is more powerful than you and is the reason why you can't be free. Is it your current circumstances? Is it the people around you? Is it the environment that you live in? Is it the belief that you have? Because let me tell you, if I found it in a cell where I had every reason and right, according to what our thought to believe that is our freedom, to complain, to get more angry, to get more volatile. But you know what? I said I can't do anything about this. So I started going into my mind. I started meditating, even though I didn't know I was meditating. But I found my freedom in prison. And I started reading on it. And that's when I started studying myself. I started studying how the world works. I started studying how the government works. And then I really found the freedom that most take for granted. That most have no idea that is right there, right here, right now. But we're chasing our own tails because we want others to free us. We want others to, or we want something or someone to show up and say, hey, you're free. Instead of taking the responsibility, taking the mental authority and responsibility of saying, I am free now. And realizing that the heart was always awakened. But I didn't remember. I forgot. So am I willing to remember, even just saying that thought every single day, I am free. I am free. And just meditating on that thought, I am free. I am free. I am free to think. I am free to speak. I am free to act. I am free to be me. Doesn't mean that everybody has to like it, because that's when people get caught up. Oh no, but if someone doesn't like it, then you just trapped yourself. You just imprisoned yourself. Because here at Samadhi, we believe in being authentic. And if you can't be who you are, then you're in the wrong circle. And I'm talking about being free who you are from a very place of love, compassion, and authenticity.
From a very intimate
yes.
place.
Because what good does it do to gain your financial and health free in your, what good does it do to gain your physical financial freedom? Because when I became free and I was here in this world, I realized that most are not even realizing what freedom is. Because I remember when I used to get out, and I've forgotten this, but I used to remember I used to get out and I used to look at the sun and I'm like, wow. I remember when I would go weeks without seeing the sun. I would go weeks without going outside because I was a very problematic person. So they literally took a lot of my rights away, which they weren't allowed to, and they could have been sued for that. But the thing about it is, I mean, I never said anything. I knew what I was doing, and I knew that in a sense I deserved it. So, my point is this. I was in a 6x9 cell for almost a year. A little cell.
You're such a big guy.
And I seen people go crazy 2 days that they were in. 2 or 3 days that they were in, they were already going crazy because they couldn't handle it. It's all mental, guys. Yes, the heart is the very center of our being. But if we can't align the mind with the heart, then we can always dream and fantasize about the heart, but we will never realize and live from the heart. So, if you are realizing your freedom and living your freedom and taking the steps to be free every single day, then I congratulate you. And I thank you for your inner work, because that is the only path to true freedom individually and collectively. Listen and give yourself permission to truly live with the freedom of soul that you have always had, to inspire others to truly live and be free to be. Be free to be now. Be free to be free now. You are free now. Nothing is taking that away. And I'm looking... Oh, Dalia! Bendiciones! Thank you, Dalia, for being here. So...
My turn?
Yes.
You took a long wind here because I know that this is a very, very important subject for Michael, especially when he talks about the freedom of being in jail and finding your freedom there. It's kind of a little, seems like contradicting. So we're talking today about the freedom that we are given because of the people who go out there and fight for this country. In this country we have freedom of speech and freedom of religion. And those are two of the things that my mental prison did not allow me. For example, I mean, I could speak, yes, but I always held back. I never really spoke my truth out of fear because of the mental prison I was in because of abuse. Freedom of religion. When I decided that I wanted to pursue meditation and self-awareness, and it didn't mean that I turned my back on God. It didn't mean that I turned my back on that powerful divine being that created this and this world. It was just a different approach. And it doesn't mean that I leave the Bible and not use it the way it's intended as a spiritual guide. But because I pursued meditation, it's as if I didn't have that freedom that someone, many out there fought for me to have. And I thought, no, I need to start living for myself. And so I took my freedom back, but not just because because of what the circumstances were and physically I left the life that I had before, but because within my heart I became free. Within my soul I became free. I allowed myself to love myself just as I am, and day by day grow and learn and be more aware of my true being and what I came here to do. So when Michael and I make our videos, when we help people through classes, either group or personal, we do it because we desire to help others find that freedom within themselves,
Yes.
to find that love within yourself. And do we have all these fallen soldiers or those that come back and are forever damaged or hurt because of what they went through? And I don't want to minimize, I'm not taking away from what these brave people did, but I will tell you that we have so many different kind of warriors and soldiers. And two of them today, my grandmother who raised me and my mother, who both died a very, very young death, and they were victims of so many circumstances, and they're my heroes. And because of them and their example, I desire to break that chain of abuse and to be free, to really be free, that their work, whatever it is that they did, however they could raise me, wasn't in vain, and then allow that to trickle down to my children. And I'm very, very happy to say that I feel like I'm honoring their memory today as well, because they were my warriors, and they sacrificed their life so that I could live a better life.
Okay, so I paused the video. Apologize. But I don't know what happened here. I didn't touch anything.
No. Michael's learning how to use.
Yeah. Okay.
There we
There we
go.
go.
So I don't know how much they caught or didn't catch. You know what, if you didn't catch it all
Did the
on
video pause,
Facebook-
guys? Because I don't know what happened.
Michael's trying to read them. We have a
I know.
comment there.
I know. I seen it, but then it just disappeared.
And this is what we do when we multitask. We have YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and we do Facebook on our, what is it called? What is it called, baby?
StreamYard?
On StreamYard. So that's even more challenging because Michael's like all over the place. Let's see, go back please and then read whatever messages they have.
That's where I'm going. Hold on 1 second. So thank you everyone for joining us, and Gladys says, I really need this.
Sweetie.
Thank you, Gladys.
You know, I don't know what you may be going through,
Joe
Gladys, or not.
commented something and I don't see it anymore.
Again, Gladys, I don't know what you could be going through or not. It's your own journey. But I will tell you that sometimes we are our worst enemy and we hold ourselves prisoners. You know, and these people who went to war, I mean, my adopted father went to war, and he was born in 1910. So don't ask me which one, but it was a long time ago, okay? And he had a lot of scars because of it. But some of the scars, we don't see them. And those are the ones that sat in my heart sometimes, because I know what it feels like as well when you've been in a mental war. Abuse is a lot of war within your head, and sometimes it triggers. It triggers, and Michael does remind me many times. He's so sweet. He's like, "Sweetheart, you're not there anymore." I'm like, "Oh shoot, no, I'm not." And so I am thankful for those before me that if they fought for our freedom, if this country allows us just to have, I'm just using freedom of speech and freedom of religion. If we're just, I mean, there's so many others, of course, but to me, to be able to speak my heart, to be able to share my story with anyone who's interested, that is the greatest freedom. That I can now speak freely, however, whatever anybody wants to know about me. I've already said this in other videos. You can private message me. You can text me, call me, however you feel. But Michael and I basically are grateful for our freedom, our life. Sometimes Michael still says, "Pinch me," because really we have the freedom within ourselves to be ourselves, to remind ourselves and one another that we are here to live today, for now, and enjoy what we do have, the freedom we do have to eat the way we'd like to eat, to be able to share, to travel places, to help people. I mean, we do so much, and yet we just have fun being.
One thing I would like to share, because I know that there's a lot of people, and that's why we're so passionate about what we do. It's like when you're your own worst enemy. And I used to put up a face acting like everything was okay, acting like I was tough, and at night I would just consume all this energy, just belittling myself, believing that the world was against me, and honestly I don't even recognize that life anymore. It's amazing. And if you are in that space, don't think you're alone. And if you're watching this video, whenever you're watching it, if you're watching it in a replay, if you're watching it live, if you're watching this video, it's because you manifested this video so you can be free now. Give yourself permission to be free now. Because it takes work, and I'm going to be very, very honest with you guys. Just like it takes work, anything in life, to achieve anything in life, it takes work. But you're going to work at something. Let me ask you a question. Are you working at believing that you are your own victim?
Enemy?
Are you believing that you are your own enemy? Because you're working at this belief. Are you believing that life is against you? Are you believing that life isn't fair? Are you believing that you have bad luck because you're looking at this person right here that you're looking at? You talk to anybody that knew me back then, and I would tell you that I had the worst luck, but that's why I didn't care. Because I didn't care. Well, physically I didn't care. Subconsciously I cared. That's why I'm still here. Because in saying that, inside of the core of your being, you care. But the reason why you feel so uneasy, the reason why you feel so chaotic, is because your thoughts are not aligning with your truth. Because if your thoughts were aligning with your truth, you'd be comfortable feeling like crap. Excuse me for saying that. Feeling like you're your own enemy. You'd be comfortable with that. And it is because you don't feel comfortable with that you're starting to align deeper with your truth. That uncomfort is letting you know you're getting closer to your truth. See, if you weren't uncomfortable, then we'd have something to talk about. Because if you weren't if you aren't uncomfortable, then that means you're starting to be comfortable in your own misery.
Oh, that was a tongue twister. That was a little tongue twister.
Because I've been there. I was comfortable being miserable because I had signed my fate. And here's the thing, I didn't want help. So, again, I found my freedom in the worst places. I mean, conflict every day. Even in a single cell, like I didn't like the environment. So here's my point to you guys, is what excuse, what reason is the thought that's causing you to think you're not free right now? What reason, what excuse, what thought is excusing you to not put work into yourself? Because you're doing work. Whether you're thinking you're not good enough, whether you're thinking that you are a whole, loving, divine being. It's just, what are you thinking? And all you've done is think a thought over and over and again that's created faith by believing what you're not. So, are you willing to take a step in another direction? Are you willing to convince yourself that you are free, even though it doesn't feel true? Are you willing to convince yourself that you are love? Are you willing to convince yourself that you are divinity? Because when I started this path, the brain didn't want to be convinced. Because we have a thought that we are born into a world where we came into this world and we forgot everything that we know. The task is to slowly, not hurriedly, because that's when the ego comes in, slowly, incrementally, start reprogramming to remember who we are. And that's what Samadhi does.
Yeah, so today is a very great day to remember. We remember the fallen, we remember those heroes, we remember everyone that has contributed to the freedom of this country, and why not take advantage of that and really, really live free from within. Really use that energy, like Michael says. We're still going to use our energy one way or another. So, would you prefer to use your energy to go downhill and just feel sorry for yourself? Or would you rather use your energy in gratitude for those that have fought so that you could be here today? In whichever way, if it was military, if it were people in certain religions that fight and give their life as they're fighting for that freedom of religion, whichever it is, take advantage that you're here today, that you're here now, that you're able to live, breathe, and walk in this beautiful country, and look around and do your part as well. Because it's important that we also think of those that are less fortunate in so many different ways, and they haven't found their freedom. Some people are still chained to a lot of abuse, physical, mental, substance abuse, and they need a little bit of love, maybe a lot. I was told today, oh, I don't know if I could take so much love. You know, it's too much love. And I'm like, there's no such thing as too much love. Spread that love around.
Yes.
Greet, you know, a lot of these veterans, sad to say, but the majority of those that are out there homeless are our veterans.
Yeah.
Give them some love. Even just a smile, acknowledge them. Anything that comes from your heart is love. Just show it a little bit. And be thankful for the freedom that you do have. So today we remember that we have the choice to be free, and we have the choice to use our freedom to take care of ourselves and not let it be in vain.
Also, I'd like to honor my dad. My dad was in the military. I totally forgot. I'd like to honor my dad, because how do we honor the fallen? Is what I'm doing right now. Because if you think about it, if you're a mother, if you're a father, if you are a teacher, what you're doing when you gain your freedom back, not gain, but when you remember your freedom and you live from your freedom, you are reprogramming the generation to come. Because it's not just for us. The work that we do now is going to pay dividends in this next generation, which it already has. Because a lot of people are noticing, a lot of people are waking up. But what are you doing to wake up? What are you putting into practice today? When you feel resistance, are you running from the resistance? Are you ignoring the resistance? Are you judging the resistance? Or are you observing the resistance, learning from the resistance, remembering from the resistance, so you can be a greater version of yourself? because the resistance is our teacher. So, what are you doing to honor the fallen heroes on all levels that have got us to this point? So this Memorial Day, to the military, thank you for your service. Hopefully we don't need you in a couple of years. That's our goal, right? To get military factions all across the world to say, you know what, we've been fighting for a broken system. What are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing to remember more of who we are, so we can follow our own guidance instead of following the guidance of corporations and institutions and these different programs? Because when we can remember who we are, when we can find our freedom, nobody can manipulate us. When we can find our freedom, nobody can convince us of what our soul knows it doesn't serve. So, gaining our freedom on all levels of consciousness is the greatest gift that we can give ourselves, and the greatest gift that we can give our world in future to come.
Yes. So feel free.
So sign up for our classes.
Yes, feel free to sign up for our classes. Feel free to message us, find out more about Samadhi, Sea of Wisdom Meditation School here in Yuma, Arizona. And if you see this only for the first time, if you've never come across one of our videos, reach out to us. We'd love to tell you more about what we do and why we do it. And enjoy your freedom. Enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week. We will see you again soon. And share this video if you feel in your heart to do so.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Ciao, everybody. Ciao. And ciao, ciao, Instagram.
I always forget that part.
It's okay.
I get so in the zone.
It's okay. And ciao, ciao, YouTube.